Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I'm a product manager in big tech. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I was interviewing for product management was underestimating how important the tell me about yourself question was. What I didn't realize at the time is that this question isn't really about making small talk. It's testing two skills you use every single day as a product manager: communication and storytelling. Whether it's articulating the vision for a product, gaining buy-in from stakeholders, or simplifying complex ideas for various audiences, you're always selling a story. And if you can't do that about yourself in under 2 minutes, it raises a bigger question. How will you do that for a multi-million-dollar company? That's why today I want to give you the most comprehensive guide to answering the tell me about yourself question for product management interviews. Here's what we'll cover in today's video. First, we'll talk about what interviewers are looking for when they ask you this question. Then I'll walk through a simple yet effective framework to answering this question. And lastly, my response to the tell me about yourself question that landed me a job in product management. By the end of this video, you'll know how to craft the perfect response to the tell me about yourself question in a clear, captivating, and coherent way while highlighting your skills as a product manager. Let's get into it. When interviewers ask you, tell me about yourself, they're not looking for a chronological walkthrough of your LinkedIn or resume. What they're really looking for are three key things. Number one, clarity of communication. Can you distill your background, career journey, and skills into a concise, compelling narrative that's easy to follow and under 2 minutes? Number two, storytelling ability. Are you able to tell a compelling story that highlights not just what you've done, but why it matters? Number three, relevance to the role. Interviewers want to know if your background and skills tie directly back to the skills that they're hiring for. This isn't about rehearsing a generic script for this question, but showcasing how your background makes you the right candidate for the role. At its core, your answer should cover three things: your present experience, your path to product management, and your potential. Think of it as a sharper version of the present, past, and future framework, but tailored for product management. Let's say we're applying to this product management role at Uber, which is focusing on improving the in-app communication experience, including banners, prompts, and notifications that guide users and encourage them to try new features. First, let's pull out the product management skills highlighted in the job description. We'll want to weave these into your answer so you naturally demonstrate why you're a strong fit for the role. The first part of your response is about focusing on your current role by highlighting two big accomplishments with success metrics to back it up and a recent achievement. Ideally, tie each one to skills that the job description is looking for. For example, you might say, at Stripe, I was a product manager on the growth team focused on driving product adoption and scaling solutions. I optimized the onboarding funnel with A/B testing, boosting conversion rates by 18%. I also partnered with go-to-market and customer success teams to design in-product prompts that help businesses set up recurring billing and invoicing, which increased product usage by 12% and drove $4 million in annual revenue. Recently, these improvements scaled across 20 plus markets, impacting over 50,000 businesses worldwide. From this example, you can clearly see how the skills in the job description are highlighted in my experience. Even if you don't have the exact title of product manager, you can still frame your experience to highlight the same skills. For example, if you're a consultant applying for the same role, you may say something like this. In my current role as a consultant at Deloitte, I led a transformation project for a national retail client. One key accomplishment was analyzing customer data to design and pilot new loyalty programs, which improved retention by 11% in the test market. Another was partnering cross-functionally with marketing, operations, and IT to execute the redesign, driving a 15% lift in repeat purchases. Most recently, that work was scaled nationwide, resulting in a 12% increase in average basket sizes across all stores. As you can see, it's not the title that matters, but the impact you deliver to show you'd be a great candidate for the role. The next section is the Your Path to Product Management section, where you share the story of how you got into PM and the experiences that shaped you into the professional you are today. Most PMs don't start the career here, so interviewers want to know what pulled you into the field. Maybe you stumbled into PM through a side project and loved it, or you realized you were most energized by working directly with customers and understanding their needs. In the rare cases that you've always been a PM, highlight what sparked your initial interest in the field and share the defining experiences that shaped your growth over time. The goal is to make your story stand out and to show that your path into product management was intentional, fueled by genuine interest, and shaped you to become the right candidate for the role. For example, my path section could look like this. I started my career in data science at a healthcare analytics company, where I built models to understand patient behavior, improve clinical decision-making, such as predicting which patients were at risk of hospital readmission, and developing alert systems that help care teams intervene earlier. I realized that there was often a bottleneck between the models we built and the feedback from doctors and care teams who actually used them. I found myself stepping in to bridge the gap, sitting with clinicians, gathering their feedback, and working with engineers to make the tools more intuitive and useful. That experience showed me that my real strength was in connecting technical work to user needs, which is what ultimately led me to product management. That shift into product management opened the door to a range of experiences. I was a product manager at Shopify, where I worked on tailoring the platform experience for different types of merchants, helping them discover the right tools and features to grow their businesses. On the side, I built a student subletting app that grew to 10,000 users and 2,000 daily messages, where I learned how to turn scattered feedback into a product people loved. Later, I led the launch of new product lines, designing onboarding experiences that helped users quickly understand and adopt new features. You'll notice I emphasize the following key product management skills from the job description. Once again, you don't need the title to match the job description exactly. It's not the title that matters, but the impact you delivered and how you translate that to show that you be a great PM. Finally, we'll move on to the potential section, where you show how your background positions you to succeed in this role and contribute to the company's future. This is where you highlight the company culture or mission fit and the kind of impact you want to make, such as product goals or the unique values you'll add. For the Uber example, here's a list of company values, and we'll weave them into this section. Your potential section may look like this. Looking ahead, I believe that the best products come from tackling the hard problems and doing them the right way, even when it's a cumbersome process. In the past roles, I've seen the biggest wins when I worked closely with design, research, and engineering to turn complex challenges into simple, intuitive experiences that truly matter to customers. In this role, I'm excited to bring the same approach to creating in-app experiences that not only educate users on new offerings, but also keep them engaged and delighted over time. And as a bonus, add something your interviewer can relate to or even find funny. Just don't force it. If there's no real common ground, it won't make or break your candidacy. Actually, going overboard with online stalking and forcing it into your answer can be a little bit off-putting. Now that the groundwork is laid out, let me show you my answer to the Tell Me About Yourself question, anonymized, that landed me my current role as a product manager. Hi, my name is Rachel, and I graduated from the University of Waterloo studying computer science, specializing in human-computer interaction. Currently, I'm a product manager in big tech, where I launched a real-time anomaly detection system that reduced downtime incidents by 40% and developed a capacity forecasting tool that improved infrastructure efficiency by 25%. Most recently, I led a global rollout that was adopted by 40% of enterprise customers within the first quarter, driving $5 million in annual revenue. I started my career in data and pursued my first job in analytics. Data enticed me because data in itself are just raw numbers in a table, but after applying analysis, we can uncover valuable insights that shape impactful business decisions. While pursuing these data roles, I worked with teams to build solutions from scratch and ultimately fell in love with the process. At a big tech company, I built reporting pipelines that reduced manual reporting time by 30% and delivered insights across multiple teams. At a big bank, I built churn models that improved prediction accuracy by 15% and worked closely with product and marketing to shape retention strategies that reduced churn in a pilot segment by 8%. I then became a product growth lead at a small B2B startup where I launched a new feature from the ground up and ran onboarding experiments that drove a 25% increase in daily active users. That experience taught me how to iterate quickly, make decisions in ambiguity, and stay laser focused on the user experience. I believe product management is the right fit for me because the more I grew as a product leader, the better of a leader I was in my day-to-day life, whether that be dismantling arguments with my siblings or pivoting ideas in my side project. I'm eager to continue developing my product skills, and I believe that this opportunity will help me get there with the company's customer-centric mindset and innovative culture. Outside of work, I see myself as a lifelong learner, both curious and courageous. In your 20s, everyone is on a different path. Some are getting married, or some are having kids, while I'm still trying to figure out how to keep my houseplants alive. I learned that the best way to grow is to take risks, try new things, and embrace being uncomfortable. Right now, I'm building a side project outside of work, recovering from an ACL injury, and just enjoying life overall. I knew the company that I was applying for cared about product leaders, being customer obsessed, data-driven, and scrappy, and I made sure to naturally incorporate that into my response. Here you can see a genuine story about my journey into product management, which flows in a way that makes sense while highlighting qualities of a product manager from the job description that I was applying for. With this format, you can swap out a few lines to make sure that your experience speaks directly to what interviewers are looking for without rewriting the entire response from scratch every time. It does take a little bit more effort than giving the exact same response in every interview, but those tailored changes can make all the difference. I want to end off with some tips when answering this question. Number 1, what you say in this response can shape the rest of the interview. Any success metrics or accomplishments that you mention here can be followed up, so make sure that you know your impact well and you can speak about it in more depth. Number 2, the way you deliver matters just as much as the content. Be engaging, show genuine interest, and don't read off your screen, else the content won't be received as well. And that's it for this video. I hope this helps you shape your answer to the Tell Me About Yourself question for your next product management interview.